Thanks, Helen. Thank you very much. As Helen said, the Energy Saving Trust is generally perceived as very much as a consumer-facing organisation. We actually have a very solid technical background, which falls under my remit within the Energy Saving Trust. We've been running what was known as the Energy Efficiency Best Practice Programme for about 7 to 8 years now. It's going through a transition because the whole situation with energy efficiency in housing has changed so rapidly over the past couple of years. So we're now just incorporating it as the housing programme, or the housing activities within the Energy Saving Trust. So ultimately, the aim is to provide leadership for housing professionals on the code for sustainable homes, but then also leadership in refurbishment. The whole issue with new build at the moment is, and the code in particular, is very high on the media agenda. And almost to the point now where a lot of the challenges within the refurbishment sector are being overlooked in the fact that, you know, building regs 2010 and for England for Code 3, for Wales even more, because obviously England's looking at Code 6 for 2016, you're looking to bring those timetables much further forward. So we're focusing again on the refurbishment sector and trying to beat our drum a little bit and saying, okay, this is the work that we're doing in refurbishment and how we can help you. So the main way we do this is provide practical advice through publications, through technical resources, through a helpline as well, to underpin those 2 points on the adoption of the code and other new build issues and refurbishment sector. Our key audience are housing providers, both public and private, and that's not only just developers as well, but architects, specifiers and installers within that audience as well. We don't provide advice directly to households. We're a technical resource, and the kind of information that we have is not framed in a way that a general consumer would understand. We would put those consumers to their architects, and then we would talk to their architects directly. For two reasons: A, that because the publications we have are very technical in nature, but also if we talk to one consumer who's doing a self-build job, they will do their home, it'll all be lovely, they'll live in it for the next 40 years, and that's that knowledge lost. If we target the installers and the specifiers and all those other people, they can then roll that on and do many, many more developments in that respect. So we were understanding that the consumer is very important, but it's not somebody we talk to directly. We're energy efficiency for housing, so we don't do non-domestic or commercial building. Okay, how we achieve it. We support current policy and inform future policy. As far as new build concern, we sit on the 2016 task force. And as far as the refurbishment goes, we're working very closely with CLG in order to get best practice for refurbishment standards recognised and try and move that agenda forward. We understand the industry requirements. We have stakeholder groups. All the publications we do go through a consultation with industry. And we provide training, seminars, downloadable and hard copy guides for all our publications. And they're very, very much interactive sessions. And we're now trying, well, this year we'll be starting to do online webinars to try and keep our net spread as wide as possible in order to achieve it. So our activity, and we do a lot of stuff, so I'll just do it in a bit of a nutshell at the moment. For this year, we do the technical reports, we do the training and seminars. We've just recently released the code guidance, so that's guidance on Code 3, Code 4, and a combined document for Code 5 and 6. You can see Code 4, 5, and 6. There were a couple of copies outside on the Energy Saving Trust stand. They're all available downloadable from the website. We undertake Appendix Q. Appendix Q is a way of getting various technologies recognised for their energy efficiency within the SAP software. We currently have done ventilation systems under there. We're now looking at heat pumps, so ground source heat pumps will be recognised with SAP Appendix Q and the benefits that they will have. I'm putting my neck on the line here. By the end of the financial year, we're hoping to get that work completed. Just for this this talk, I'm just going to focus on the exact work that we've done for as far as existing homes go for new build homes. So this is the work that's been done in saying, okay, what are the proportions? And this kind of echoes back to the fact that all the focus is being put on new build at the moment and kind of not so much focus on the existing stock. So when you see when you come up to 2050, you've still got almost 2/3 of the stock are going to be existing, and that's pre-2006. So still a really, really big job to do in terms of hitting the existing stock, as well as focusing on the new build. So the existing homes outreach, we've been engaging with various different organisations to put together certain eco packages in order to see, okay, what are the packages you can put together, what are those costed packages that you can put together in order to reach our notional 60% CO2 savings from the existing stock. The work that's going to be produced probably within the next 6 weeks, I think, will be very interesting as far as the Welsh Housing Quality Standard goes for your 25% reductions by 2012. And this was done with the Mears Group. Mears Group have about, well, they have 20% of the UK housing stock. They're a maintenance organisation. We've undertaken some work with them for a 60% saving eco refurbishment of 1960s flats for the current work. The way we undertook this is various different stages of packages. So you've got your low cost packages, which is up to £1,000, your medium cost packages, £5,000, and your high cost packages up to £10,000 per dwelling of different things you can undertake to get up to a 60% saving in refurbishment standards. And very interestingly, actually, you would think the more money you throw at this stuff, the better chance you've actually got of getting some savings. And we've actually come to the point saying some of the high cost, such as external insulation, do not actually get you the savings you would want because they're offset, and this is in a flatted scenario, they're offset by scaffolding and extra cost that you actually have to do to stick the stuff on there in the first place. So this piece of work is actually, it's just been finalised now. This should be out in about 4 to 6 weeks, so I can encourage you to have a look. This is a very good snapshot, and they're costed as well. We've been working with Travis Perkins and Mears on this, so we're actually real-life costing scenarios. I know costings change throughout for different organisations, but at least, you know, we've put our stake in the ground and saying, okay, this is what's happening. As far as the new homes outreach is concerned, this is a project where we're going to be targeting developers of new homes, not just the private sector but the public sector as well. And there are various different things you can get from this programme. Technical support on designs, monitoring and evaluation, marketing and promotions, mainly for the private sector, about how to get the right messages across to actually sell these homes, especially in today's market. We've done a lot of consumer research, and I suppose everybody knows really that when you're going to buy a home, the most important thing is really location, location, location. Energy efficiency actually comes quite low down on the list of desirable things that you want from a new home. And it's our aim to actually push that up the agenda and work with developers to actually make consumers realise the benefits of actually having an energy efficient home. Our current partners include InSpace, Berkeley Homes and Osborne. We've just completed the work with Osborne at the Raven Housing Trust, which is the first Code 5 to be lived in, which was built in Mid Street in Surrey. That had an opening a couple of months ago. We, as our support scenario, which is through the outreach programme, we ran design scenarios to appraise different technologies and materials in order to get the 100% reduction for CO2. This is beneficial to Raven Housing Trust, which is a local authority housing provider, because they wouldn't have the resources. They had the aspiration to go to Code 5, but they didn't have the resources to go through all the different scenarios possible using the SAP software and other design software to get the best costed examples. So that's where we stepped in there. We 2 years looking at heating, water and electricity and the consequential savings from that, and also so that's seeing how the building fabric is working, whether it'll actually do what it says on the tin. But more importantly, we're also looking to see whether the tenants inside are enjoying living there. It's all well and good building a nice house to Code 5, but if the people inside find it's really uncomfortable and hate it, then you're going to have to rethink about what your designs are. And the great thing is, which I think about this house, is actually it looks really normal. It doesn't look particularly crazy at all. In fact, it doesn't from the front. This is the back view. It's just to get the PV at the top, just there. It's just biomass boiler, some PV, and it's a Code 5 rating house. That's basically what it was. So as I said, we've got the Code for Sustainable Homes Guidance app now. I encourage you to look at that. What this means for you is it's a free resource. I mean, use this. We've got a lot of experience. We work with some of the best in the organisation. We've got the helpline. We've got the publications. So I encourage people to come and use this because it will help you embed energy efficiency in all the training that you're doing. It will actually, give you access to policy and the research that we've done. Not only research in the technical side, but research in consumer attitudes of what's actually happening in this scenario at the moment. So we've got very challenging targets at the moment. Everybody's got very challenging targets at the moment in the housing sector, especially with the public housing sector, which is being tasked really to lead it. I mean, there's a lot of onus on you to deliver things earlier than the rest of the industry. So I urge you to come and utilise the aspects of the Energy Saving Trust and then engage with us probably on a more individual and a project-based basis, because we're really keen to get working projects together and working case studies together in order to disseminate that information out and be able to help others to help themselves. Thank you very much.